This world doesn't deserve us.
Welcome to the Somewhat Okay Podcast, episode number 45.
Much like a midget does not need legs.
What?
They don't need
You
legs.
don't think so?
Take their legs from them.
You think they should just run around on their arms like Teke Teke?
Take it from them.
Is that what the business is?
Yeah.
So how
Midget
about
legs.
that controversy surrounding that model's Instagram story?
Wait, what?
Have you not heard about this?
No. Give me the deets.
All right, so basically this model posted a picture with like her like foot out, you know.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. That one. So, I don't know, I just saw that earlier and I was like, So is like having your foot up like that like the equivalent to the middle finger to us?
I guess. I guess more than the middle finger because the middle finger is just supposed to be like, yo, fuck you.
It's like,
But-
is it like some kind of ultra disrespect or what?
Yeah, well, whenever I saw it on Philip DeFranco, that's where I saw it.
It's where
It's
I saw
like,
it too.
it's supposed to be like you said, what is it? Pointing your heel at them is like, means that you're like, whatever it's being
They're
pointed
beneath
at is
you?
beneath them.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay. That's kind of fun. I should start doing that.
just low key, just at a party, and you're just
Yeah,
like,
you know.
butt sticking out, and people are just
Everyone's
like,
like, what is he
yeah,
doing?
he's just a weirdo. And you're just like, yes.
Their minds are too weak.
They don't realize.
Fucking peasants.
That's me. That's the type of person that belongs in r/I'm too smart.
Oh, I can already see the post. I had my
These-
foot facing them the entire time, and none of them even commented on it. What a bunch of uncultured swine.
How sad it must be to only think in Western thought,
Oh,
to not even embrace the Asian, Eastern Asian,
whatever part of
Arabic.
the world it is, yeah. That's so funny. Oh man, yeah. And then there was the whole Bella Thorne thing, which
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go ahead
yeah.
and say
Mhm.
publicity stunt.
Yeah,
Completely and totally.
it feels weird. Like, if it's legitimate, then sure. I'll pray. Like, that's big dick energy right there.
Yeah.
Just like,
Totally.
but yeah. But when people are just like bringing that up, I'm just like, yeah, with a book just getting published,
Mhm.
and I,
You know?
it's hard.
I doubt, significant, like,
Hmm.
doubt.
Like,
Then I saw
if
that
it's
video
real
of
and if
her,
it's like proven, then
like,
sure.
crying.
But like,
because of what Whoopi Goldberg said, too.
oh yeah.
And I was just like, shut up. Stop talking. Jesus.
Can we just appreciate in like her response to her? She's just like, I like Whoopi Goldberg and all, but her response is disgusting and terrible. It's just like,
You're a horrible person, but I like
you
though.
shouldn't have prefaced anything.
Yeah, you
If
should
you're gonna
just...
just like straight up like destroy someone's statement, then why preface it by saying,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
oh yes, they're a lovely person.
What's the
But
point?
they're-
But
It's
fuck
just-
them.
yeah, it's like,
God damn it.
what?
What
Excuse
is
you?
happening? Yeah. I'm gonna tweet out our podcast real quick.
Huh. Get them viewers.
Is it twitch.tv
Yes.
/
TTTV or TTV.
So you and I have we've been, well, Tim's played it before. I've just recently started playing Minecraft.
Yep.
For the first time in my life. These past few
And I
days,
just been a tutorial.
and I mean, I'm getting there. I'm starting to. Every once in a while, I'm like, Tim, how do I do this again? But I was playing earlier, and I was kind of.
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, you're definitely learning the ropes, but like, I'm just laughing to myself though because I feel like if I was in like any other game, I'm the starter NPC, where I'm just like, this is how you do everything. And I even have like this nice little farmhouse, and then immediately like after the first mission, I get murdered. That is my role right now.
All right.
So I'm just gonna get murdered.
Oh yeah, so
Everything's gonna catch fire.
are we the commune?
Oh yes, yeah, we're the commune.
But Gabe and Chris aren't.
No, they are.
They are?
Yeah.
They don't live in our
They're all the
neighborhood.
commune. And if they don't accept that, then well,
Well, I was thinking it was just you and me because we have that little area, and everyone else is.
Oh,
Kind
well,
of
I mean,
off
Chris
their
is on the
own.
mountain right behind you.
Oh, is he? I
Yeah,
haven't seen Chris's house. Oh wait, yes I have. He's not, it's not like it's like not built yet, right?
yeah, no, it's only
Yeah, I
like
went
the
up there and I was
foundation.
like, huh. This is a very avant-garde way of building your house, Chris. No walls. I kind of like it. It's like anti-privacy, glass houses and all that bullshit. Except no house.
You can't
But he has,
understand yourself
but he
if you
has
can't be
doors.
open to the world.
You know, doors, but no walls.
What do? You just like
That'll
walk up
keep
to
him
it?
out.
Is it rude to walk over the wall?
Yeah.
Or
Do I need to leave or like? That's so funny.
Bell?
Oh, and I've started building another building actually.
Oh.
Because I realized we're a community, but we don't have anything community oriented. So you know what I'm building us, Tim?
What do you?
What we need, a community theater. Okay.
Oh, God.
I am.
Why are you building it?
Like it's a little ways. Okay, so if you're facing your house, it's to the east, a little ways.
Oh.
It's surrounded by torches and stuff. It's there was a hole. Silent Hill 2, there was a hole here, but now it's gone. There was a hole that I filled up with dirt, and then I started building the theater over it. And so far, I've got like the skeleton of the building built so far. I've got the cashier's box built, and I've got the stage, and I even built a backstage onto it as well.
Wait.
Oh
I need
yeah.
to see this.
Oh yeah, it's coming along. I might need your help a little bit with it because I've got some ideas. I just need to figure out how to do them.
Yeah.
I want to build like theater seats, not like huge rows, but like individual seats.
Yeah.
And then the stage is set up. I'm gonna lay down some steps, and then I want to lay down like. So the seats will go over the wooden flooring that's at the entrance, but leading in between the rows, I want red carpet going in between the rows.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know about windows yet. I don't know if we need any. We might put some in the front, maybe. I don't know. Every theater I've been to, they have windows in the front, and that's about it. So
Yeah. It's not exactly any reason to have them in the actual.
And I'm not thinking like a movie theater where it's like sectioned off with. But it's one theater, and it's it's a stage theater.
Yeah, it's just the entrance to one. That's it's not the podcast with that little ear rape, whether intentional or unintentional, I might add. But it's But yeah, we've been hitting that Minecraft. And the new update, it adds a bunch of crazy stuff, and I like it. I gotta give I'm just talking about like the update to Minecraft and like how persistent they've been throughout the years. Like honestly, like if like Minecraft now, I would just be like, oh, what kind of mods are you running? If you told me this is how it'd be in like 2015. It's like they just added so much crazy stuff.
Right,
And it's like, huh.
Yeah.
It's just like Minecraft is like, if there was one game I let my kid play, like for sure, it's like I'd be okay with Minecraft.
Like, wow.
There's no problem with that, unless it was a server.
I'm having fun.
But yeah.
That. Oh yeah, there's some interesting ones out there, to say the least. Yeah. So.
I like how you say we are.
We've been having a good. Me and Tim.
I assumed that the person with all the armor and weaponry was
communists.
And
what? Yeah, I think we're not.
Oh boy. Well, it's funny how you call yourself a co-leader whenever it seems that you're more like a Tony.
What do you mean?
A toady.
A what?
You're like a little pet.
I disagree. Hey, my dudes. Hi, Wendighost. Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
This podcast, it's somewhat okay. It's also a podcast. And there's a the at the beginning. Nice. But yeah, we've been playing the fuck out of some Minecraft these last few days. It's been pretty fun. I've been enjoying it anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like the startup is always nice.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just like,
Right.
and then I just switched to like focusing off and on about mining. Can't wait till you see the Nether. Ooh boy. Well, recent Nether is a
Oh
lot
yeah.
different than.
Oh, I've seen it before.
I just put the podium
Oh,
in the bottom floor just because it
it's a
looks nicer
different
than just in my bedroom.
situation. Okay.
Um,
Well, I'm just trying to help the community, Tim.
but
You
I'm
know, I'm
you
building
know,
a theater right now. I see you. Are you setting your church up in your house? It really
I
does. It
I
really
played
does
like
look
the very
nice. I
beginning of
walked
The
in there and I
Witcher
thought that
3.
that was where
Like
church was going to be held, and I was like, you know what? I'm fine with this.
I just never got past.
I've been killing it
Yeah,
with Red Dead
yeah. I just
Online
had a
and
bone
Witcher
to pick
3.
with it. I
Real
don't
nice. I
know.
haven't played
Like
any of the Witchers. Tim, haven't
it
you?
just feels clunky to me. Like I'm pretty sure any Witcher fan is just like, oh well, you just need to get used to it. But I don't know. Like
Mhm.
I've heard a lot of other people too. They're just like who are
Yeah,
especially like newer
yeah,
to the game.
right.
Just
Yeah,
like yeah, I mean
right.
it looks good and all the stuff seems interesting, but the combat just it doesn't feel solid.
Mhm.
Hmm.
To make it hard.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So,
I can't say. I mean, I've only played Bloodborne, so I can't say about Dark Souls. But I mean, I'm not sure because whenever it comes down
right,
to
right,
bosses,
right,
it's more
right.
mechanics about dodging and blocking more than. I don't think there's really that many issues of just like you're attacking and then you're just like yeah, it's a more of a timing sort of game. But
Uh-huh. Yeah.
hmm, hmm.
It's more of just a timing thing, really, is all it comes down to. So it's more of just having patience, which really that doesn't drive me in any way. I don't feel compelled by it, you know. And I'm sure if I complain about Dark Souls, all
Hmm.
the Dark Souls boys are gonna be like, "Oh, you're just bad at it. Get
Yeah,
good, nerd."
yeah.
It's like, no, maybe I just
Oh, okay.
don't like the game style, you know? I didn't
Third
like
time in a
Ocarina of
row.
Time for the same fucking reason. I had to sit there and wait 20
But
minutes.
yeah,
You know,
with The
fucking
Witcher 3, I don't know. It's just like I think just like the clunkiness comes from you mainly use your sword. You use like a sword to attack, but you're not gonna get anywhere unless you freaking use a what you call it. You use a your like ruins or like magic sort of. And for me, that just sort of like disrupts the flow of combat because it's like you can't be a hack and slash and then force me to like you. It's especially weird on console whenever I played it, and I doubt PC would be any better. But it's like imagine if you just like you're in a normal gunfight, but then you have to always just navigate through your like your quick items, like in Fallout or something. You have to like scroll through one through and just switch to something else real quick, just to like actually do some damage. And you're just like, I just want to use the one thing. I haven't fully played it, so I can't take my opinion with an inch of salt. So, as for Red Dead Redemption 2, I heard multiplayer is getting some nifty new stuff. You can choose like a career to go down. So, mm, mm. Is it? It's all a metaphor.
there goes another one. There goes another family
Are
of four
zombies
in the
just
distance. Me.
the Nazis charging?
Yeah. much. And then, the skeletons, well, I guess, like, snipers, maybe?
We're just a small town that's trying to weather World War II.
We're a nice little communist commune trying to
I feel like this is like a
defend our
sitcom.
land.
Just like in a really dark timeline. It's just like just talking about just like, okay, yeah, we need to
I really
preserve
like
more.
that canon, though. I gotta say, that's a fun story. Can you imagine?
Good. But it's just like,
a small
okay,
city
we're gonna
versus
need
the
to have
German army,
rations.
and somehow
So
we're sending them
Sonia,
off.
get rid of having your kids. If you don't get them out of town, we will put them on front line.
You okay?
And
It's time for them to go.
and surprise, we don't
If
have
we'll
any
make
more
them
guns.
go, Ivan will make them
We
go.
do have plenty of butter knives, though.
If you don't get them out of here, we will make them into ration. It's not the first time we resort to cannibalism.
Some of you might question this
Oh, yeah.
decision as to our
Those
situation
who
regarding
are
ammo.
caught retreating
But-
will be shot. And those who are caught being shot will also be shot. Again. And again.
I
Until
want
you
that
die.
sitcom. It's just like a bunch of Russian officers who are just like holding together on like a militia.
But we are
Barely.
fine. The officers are simply here to encourage you to fight for Mother Russia. Quite simply. Yeah.
When you are wasting
Those
time,
seen
you're
sleeping.
wasting the commune's time.
You are wasting. Think of your comrade. Would you be okay with your comrade bullshitting and fucking around on? To put it simply, this army is not going to
And now we
last
just got word
very
from
long.
from Stalin to start burning our crops. So that's Oh yeah, scorched earth. Good old.
We
Oh,
have
can you? I mean, this
You
isn't
know,
the first time they've done it either. They did it when Napoleon came coming, or when the French army came. They're just like, oh, well, we can't fight this. Let's just go further into Siberia.
They were like, we gotta abandon this town, but we're not leaving those German fuckers anything. This is a goddamn. It's just a. Yeah, history really does repeat itself, doesn't it? Maybe just don't invade
Well,
Russia. I would
mean,
make if I was a
Germany's
world
problem
leader,
was that they were just like,
I'm
it's
defending
winter.
Russia. I don't care what they
Our
believe.
supply
they can
lines
be as
are
homophobic as they
dwindling.
want. I don't
Instead of
care.
just consolidating what
Alright,
we
when
got,
wartime
let's
comes,
keep
They're
going.
gonna fuck everyone up. That's what
And
I
in the
care
process of just let a majority of their soldiers die from from attrition.
about. We have winter. What they have.
Evidently not.
Sacrifices had to be made. To put it simply. We'll be fine without them.
What the No.
Time proved otherwise, didn't it? That's tough. I got back on this this app called Hello Talk. Have you heard of it? So basically you tell it I want to learn this language, right? And I speak this language. Just
Huh.
and it's completely free, and it's very nice. And I was talking. I love how online the Japanese are much more straightforward than they are in person. So I was talking to this Japanese guy on there, and we were talking about work and what we do for a living and all that
That's
kind
fair.
of stuff. And I was,
Except for
I told him,
Japan,
"Yeah,
it's a
you
little
seem
bit
nice."
more
He's
serious.
like, "You know what? I don't really want to do this anymore." And I was like, "Yeah? What do you want to do?" And he goes, "I want to die."
This is awkward.
And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you know what? I can get
I
with
hear
that."
you loud and clear.
It was just so like, yeah, I was like, "Oh,"
Law?
on the stream.
Did you fuck it?
Yeah. Maybe that worked. Hopefully that worked.
It better have.
That was weird. I'd never seen anything like that before.
Hello from the outside?
No, it's still fucked up on here, but I'm gonna see if I fixed it. Okay, yeah, that worked. Okay, that was really weird. Wow. It was like I had a effect on my microphone where it was like da 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 da, where like my voice was coming through in that tempo and it was chopping up my sentences.
Oh.
I was like, "Yo, what? This is new."
Something's not right here.
Yeah, but it's fixed now. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, so what else is going on in the world? Oh, we're launching a Indiegogo campaign on July 1st
Oh, shit.
for my
You
new
doing?
movie.
We out here.
Yeah, me and Tim wrote a romantic comedy together. So, if you think you're ready for that, you're probably not.
So
But trust me, it's good. It's really good.
there's a lot of goofs and gags
Mhm.
and sexual tension,
Yep, there's some themes going on here,
and we're expecting an Oscar.
We are. I've been tweeting at the Oscars every time they post on Twitter, actually, saying,
Let me in.
I keep saying, "Give me my Oscar, you cowards!" And every time they post a tweet, I tweet them exactly that. One day,
Eventually.
you know what? Maybe they'll make a new Oscar for me. Most
It's
desperate.
like to the guy yelling at us in Twitter.
He just wouldn't
you go.
stop.
We don't even have your address. We're just gonna
I
throw this trophy
just
out
come
in
up
the
there.
dumpster.
How did you get in here? I'd like to thank the Academy for not being dicks for once.
For appreciating true talent.
So the Statement of Randolph Carter's already played at a few places.
Oh yeah.
We're in the online round of this upcoming festival in England called the Liftoff Sessions. We also played at a screening they screened our trailer in Santa Fe at the New Mexico Film Foundation's Indie Screenings 2019.
Nice.
And I actually got an email the other day from a film festival essentially asking me to submit to their festival.
Oh.
I'm unclear on what it was for. Or no, yeah, they were asking for Room, which is like a short film that I put on YouTube 3 months ago.
Mm.
And number one, I had no intention of submitting that to festivals because it was just me fucking around in premiere.
Yeah.
And number two, they charge you to be judged for each category. So, like, if I wanted best short film, best director, best cinematographer, best editor, I have to pay for all of those categories.
Oh.
And each category is $60. So if I even chose 5 categories, that would be $300 right there.
That's
They were offering me 30% off. But how much is 30% off out of $300? You know?
$30.
Hooray! So yeah, that was a thing. But it was weird because I'd never talked to these people before. I didn't submit to anything they've ever done before.
Mm.
They found my email somehow. And they contacted
Yeah,
at our staff saw your movie and they liked it, and we want you to submit to our festival.
yeah. I don't know. The $60 is a bit.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. If you're gonna invite me to submit to your festival, it should be free.
Yeah.
I mean, you're asking me, you know.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah. So that was a thing that happened, and it was really weird, honestly. I just didn't expect it, you know.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
I mean, apparently they're just showing up all over the place,
You know,
like in
apparently,
Russia.
yeah. That was. I still don't understand that fully. You know, that was so weird. Cause you know, occasionally I try to see if we get any new press. Cause it's not like I get emailed when we get new press, you know. So I Google our movies titles sometimes, and I just see what's there. And then I saw that, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" Then I went to it, and I was like, "Huh, huh, huh."
What's happening?
Reap. You know, so it was a thing. London Bridge is falling down.
What?
The London Bridge is falling down.
My Fair Lady?
Yep, there you go. Apparently these people are offering to represent our movies at TIFF now. I wonder how much they're charging us for it. Let's find out.
Yo,
Okay.
get over here and submit your stuff. But
Yeah.
you know, it's just,
Well, it's just like these grants that are like, you want to get your movie funded? And I'm like, fuck yeah. So I'm like going through the whole application. I fill out the entire thing. Then I get to the end where they're like, all right, yeah, just give us $200 and we'll do it for you. And I'm like, oh, you bitches. You evil motherfuckers. I mean, I knew they were going to charge something for it, obviously. But if you're going to charge me, put that up front. You know, be like, we're going to charge you X amount for this. You know, fill out this application. Don't hold off. Don't be like, this is a great opportunity for you. This is wonderful. That's asshole design right there. Okay, you
just
beckon me.
go
in.
ahead and tell me. It's like, talk to me like you're an advertisement, not a friend.
Yeah, don't act like you're helping me. You're not helping me. You're pocketing money, and then I might not even get anything out of it. Should you not choose me, you know? It's like
It's
these
an
festivals
investment
who are
that's
like,
not
we're a great
worthwhile.
investment. I'm like, why?
All I get is an award.
Yeah, and if I don't get in, you know, then I just spent $40 on your festival, and I got nothing. You couldn't even be fucked to give me an email telling me what you thought of the movie. So I mean, but I can appreciate ones that are upfront about it, like Slam Dance. On their Q&A page, they're like, so. Okay, hang on, let me look it up. I can't do it verbatim. So hang on. They just word them really funny.
Mm.
Let me see. Where is it? Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Oh, here it is. So, question. So, I guess you rejected it, you sons of bitches. Don't you even have the guts to tell me to my face what you thought of my movie? Or are you going to cower behind the arrogant anonymity of a stupid form rejection email that you send out 6 months after the festival?
Oh.
Answer. Indeed, we do cower behind the arrogant anonymity of a form rejection email. We'll send it out as timely as we can, within a couple of days before the announcement week. But if you don't see your film listed on the website around mid-December, you can assume that you did not get in. And before you start firebombing our office, trashing our good name, or sending us I love you viruses, please keep in mind that because you didn't get into the festival doesn't mean we don't like you. We're pretty good about recommending films that didn't make it into our festival, but to our friends at other festivals. Or to distributors and other industry types we know. Remember, Slam Dance shows a very small amount of films every year. We are forced to pass on a ton of absolutely great films. So yeah.
That's fair. No.
I just love how straightforward some of them are. It's pretty good.
Honestly, it's just like if you're. I understand wanting to get like feedback from
Yeah.
people,
Yeah, absolutely.
but you got to realize if you're going to a well-known contest,
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to cater to every single person. Just like, oh yeah, you could do this better. They're making a competition. Their primary purpose is to, showcase the best of the
Yeah, yeah,
best.
yeah. You know, and there's, so, I mean, some of them offer like, we'll give you feedback,
Mhm.
but we're gonna charge you extra for that. You know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's entirely up to you if you
Mm-hmm.
find it worth it.
Yeah.
But it just they're gonna.
All the feedback I need is, did I get into the festival? No. Okay. Well, that's fine. Keep moving
Yeah.
forward. You know. And the ones that I do get into, I mean, shit. Sometimes films get into festivals and they get booed at the festival. You know.
Mhm.
Fucking Gus Van Sant's Sea of Trees. You know, it's one of my favorite movies. But at Cannes, actually, he got booed into the fucking ground. I think all but 30 people walked out of the theater on it. You know, so even if you get into the festival, that doesn't mean everyone's gonna love your movie.
Yeah.
It means people are gonna see it.
Yeah.
You know, someone might pick the statement of Randolph Carter, and I might be sitting there like, "Oh boy, I can't wait to show my film to an audience." And then, we're about 20 minutes in, this shit fucking sucks. You know, and I'll just have to be like, "Well, you know what? That's just like your opinion, man." Uh, so yeah.
It's subjective commentary.
Yeah, so the reason that I left the entire second half of the film blank is because I wanted to stimulate the audience's imagination and see what they could come up with for themselves, what the movie
You
was
ran out
about.
of film budget.
Shut the hell up. Who told him? Who leaked the information? I'm going to kill him.
You literally put it at the beginning of the movie.
Man, it's kind of high, when I did this, so honestly, I don't know where I am right now. Yeah. Get me out of here.
Just pick me up,
Take me
give
home.
me a salary to make these movies, and it's a win-win. You make money,
So,
I make money.
Yeah.
I don't have to be
We all,
in New Mexico anymore.
yeah. You guys make money. I get to go on a trip. We all win here. Yeah, but it's coming up eventually. What month is it? June, July, August, September. Well, actually, no. We got quite a while. Actually, never mind. Now I'm just sad. Slam Dance doesn't get back to us until December.
Oh, well, we're gonna be here for a while, folks.
Yep. And the H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival, didn't they get back to us in October, I thought? Oh, say it ain't so. You gotta be shitting me. Where the fuck is it? I know I submitted to them. Oh, they get back to us in September. That's kind
Yeah,
of soon.
it's a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a bunch in July. We got 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notification dates in July. And a lot of them are really close to each other. So at least I can be disappointed quickly. And I swear to God, if nobody picks Emotions, a story about a box within a box, and yada yada UDA. I guess Chris went and saw your new horse. Did you see the Discord? He probably stopped. He had to double take. Like, what?
Just like, okay, sheep, chicken,
Oh.
undead horse.
That is new. Haven't
Sometimes
seen that
it takes
before.
me, it catches me off guard. Sometimes
Oh yeah.
too.
We're gonna have to take some time to get used to it.
The noise it makes, I'm just like, it just growls, and I'm just like,
Ah.
I'm sorry. There's something close by. Oh yeah.
Oh. Ah, that's what that
No.
is. That's always scaring the shit out of me now. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I turn and there he is, staring at me menacingly.
Oh, that would just be the worst features that it just stared at you constantly.
It's always watching you.
You're just like, I just peek through the kitchen window and it's like, I know what you did.
Oh my god. Oh man. What's next in terms for you, Tim?
Oh well, it's gonna
I'm
be
becoming a proprietor. So, do you want to co-own with me?
Oh,
It's good business.
as a man of faith, the Great Oak, I don't believe in such things.
But our stage is made out of oak though.
And you see, there lies the problem.
What?
JK. That's not how
I did that
works.
because I love the oak. It's not disrespectful.
I,
What's wrong with you?
I just enjoyed it so much,
There's
you know. I
oak
just
all over your. You know what? You know what? You got oak on your house. I don't know. I didn't know this was the golden standard for the little cult that you're religious thing that you're creating.
no, it's definitely a cult.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. I might not be a follower, but you know.
Well, it's we're at least all I can say about my cult is that at least it isn't Scientology.
It's not. Well,
It's not Scientology.
what is the basis of your cult, if I may ask?
It's basically worshiping trees.
I see nothing wrong with this. Oh,
Yeah,
Chris
I mean,
put a saddle on your
primarily-
horse.
See, the way it works is it's like the Great Oak is like basically God,
Uh-huh.
and then like all the other different variants of trees are like saints.
Okay.
So yeah.
So why do you
And-
cut them down?
Well,
For the sacrifice they make for you?
it's not really it's not really a nature thing.
Okay.
The Great Oak is like an entity in himself.
Okay.
So as long as you don't do anything to him, then we good.
Where is this entity?
We've yet to find it, but one day we will.
You guys are just guessing?
Yeah, I mean, we just saw these trees and we're just like, well,
All I can think of is that picture with the UFO that says "I want to believe." That's your cult right now for me. That's what I see it as.
Except we'll be the ones who have the most deadly weapons. So
You know what? I can appreciate that at least. I might not be a part of your cult yet, but I donate to the church ever so often. I'm a pillar of the community.
make sure to make sure our altar boy's doing okay still once in a while.
Who?
We'll have an altar boy in there sometime.
The chicken?
Yeah, we'll have a chicken in there.
I'm liking the way this is coming together. So the altar boy's a chicken. You worship an entity that you know is out there, but you haven't found it yet.
Mhm.
What makes you worthy of being the leader of this whole thing?
I just sort of came up with it first. So we don't really have elections, and we're sort of like it's like I'm the Pope,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever I want to have like a position in power. I call those shots.
Right. Of course.
I mean, sometimes they just give me a lot of monetary value gain, and it's like, okay, yeah, seems legit. They must be a nice person. How would have they been successful otherwise?
What's your back? I mean, we're all Russian, obviously. Right.
Well, yeah, yes, of course.
Is the
Come on.
Iron Curtain up or down?
Oh, it's up by this time,
Okay, so we're living inside the Iron Curtain.
Yes.
Gorbachev. Was that his name? Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Yeah, where's JFK when you need him now, right? Isn't that right, you fucking libtard? No, I'm kidding.
In this commune, I can just imagine as like a sitcom. It just goes through the years. There'll be like in the second season, it's just following a whole new cast, and the Iron Curtain comes down, But the commun's still communist.
Yeah. We're not giving up our roots. It's like that Japanese guy that didn't believe the war was over.
Yeah, he was just in like the jungles of the
Oh,
Philippines.
and he continued to fight for like 20 some odd years. Like after the war was over. And then
So
finally-
wait, whenever he says fight,
Mhm.
did he kill people?
He shot at people. He didn't kill anyone, luckily, but he did shoot at some people. And whenever Japanese people did come and were like, "Hey, it's over," he believed that they were spies who were brainwashed by the Americans, and so thus, eventually he had to be restrained and he had to be hospitalized and all this stuff. And it's actually I would really love to do a movie where it's a man, just that situation, but from his perspective. First off, for like the whole first half of the movie, the audience thinks that the war is ongoing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then we reveal that it's been over for however long, and this guy's just been fighting this non-war essentially.
Yeah, it's just like the first half is just him being like this in like pure paranoia mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
He gets
Just like him,
separated
it's
from
like-
his squad at some point,
yeah,
and then he has to survive in the jungle for X amount of time while he still thinks a war is going on. Can you imagine fireworks start going off while he's like, oh shit,
It's just-
they're dropping bombs again.
oh god.
Okay, I love this. I think this is a great idea. Is that man still alive? Can we contact him?
Can we buy the rights?
For 29 years, Hiro Onoda, Imperial Japanese. How was he an intelligence officer? And he didn't know the war was over. That just sounds
Well,
like denial after a certain point. Yeah,
Well, when you're completely cut off from everything
yeah.
and stranded on an island
This
thousands
man
of miles
spent
away.
29 years holding out in the Philippines until his former commander traveled over there, was like, dude, go. Oh my god. That's so funny. Wait, who's this guy? Did this guy do it even longer?
There's another one.
He fought for Japan in World War II and did not surrender until 1974.
Whoa.
So,
okay.
Almost 30 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, Hiro held out for about the same amount of time, 29 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Uh-huh. Okay, buddy. Yep. All right. Noted. Good night, buddy. My nephew is a chicken now.
I noticed.
These things change nightly, Sometimes he's a chicken, other times he's a dog, sometimes he's Draven. Tonight he's a
He has to
chicken.
choose to be Draven.
He got an option,
I'm
Where
afraid
was
to
this
say
guy
it, but
at? Where was this guy holding out?
I feel like it had to be like on a solitary island this time. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, that's tough.
what?
This dude, he didn't get pensions for all that extra time,
Oh.
so he got a minimal sum of 68,000 yen, which might sound like a lot to us, but that's only
No.
about $1,200 in 2019 standards. So
Yeah.
But then this raised a considerable outcry in the press, motivating the Taiwan government and the public to donate a total of 4,250,000 yen to Nakamura.
Well, that's a lot better.
Yeah, well, let's figure out how much that is first. In our
Isn't
money.
that about like 3,800? Because it's about 100 yen to the dollar, right?
That's right. Yeah, $39,444. That's still not enough considering what he went through. I mean, granted, it doesn't really matter because he
Half
died
of it
5
wasn't-
years later. Which doesn't shock me. I imagine I'd die too
Hmm.
after I spent, what was it, 29 years fighting a non-existent war. I'd kill
Yeah.
myself. Shit.
Yeah.
Hero, on the other hand, he lived a lot longer. He lived till 2014.
Oh.
He was
Oh.
91 when he died.
Oh.
What did he die of? Oh.
More than likely. Organ failure.
He didn't die. He disappeared, apparently.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Let me continue to research this.
That's that. The only reason why I know it's like 100 yen to the dollar is just because I played Persona. And I
Yeah.
just got confused a lot of the time.
Oh, okay. No, he died of lung cancer.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I'm just like, how did they lose track of him?
Again! We lost him again! And our boy Hero here. Yeah, heart failure. There you go.
Told you.
Got what you wanted,
Easy.
Tim. Yep. I would have collapsed after I found out the war had been over for 29 years.
Oh yeah, no, my spirit would be broken. I'm just like,
I wouldn't want to do
I was out
shit
in
anymore.
the middle of nowhere.
If I don't get paid, oh, I'm gonna be mad.
Just imagine it being this like a more like, you know, it's not a national pride sort of deal for the soldier.
Yeah.
He's just there for the money. He just it's a lucrative. He's gonna get paid, and then it's just like, oh yeah, well, since you know the government that you were employed under technically collapsed, you know it's.
You're fucked. Oh. Oh, nice. Thanks God. What a tough God. I wonder if they teach that in like the history books, you know,
Mm.
or if they avoid that part of history, like how China avoids Tiananmen Square as a whole. Can we talk about that? Are you
I'm
are you
assuming
aware
that's
how
where-
deep that shit goes?
All I know is that like I'm pretty sure that most Koreans and like Japan or Chinese hate Japan.
Well, that's also true, but I'm referring to the Tiananmen Square massacre.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And if you
Well, the
want,
thing is that like they themselves will definitely keep it under wraps.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
like
everyone
everyone
else
else
knows.
is just like, it's like, oh yeah. By the way, did you know that China murdered a bunch of people and just
murdered a bunch of protesting civilians who just wanted democracy. That's what it was. These people were like, we want democracy, and the Chinese government's response was, we're gonna send in tanks and soldiers, and if y'all don't back down, we are going to kill you. And they did.
Yeah.
There's no precise figures of how many died, of course,
Mm.
but the estimates are within the hundreds to several thousands.
Yeah. That's
And if you, I don't know if you know about this, Tim, but if you want to fuck with someone who lives in China,
Mm.
if you send them anything relating to the Tiananmen Square massacre,
Oh no.
the Chinese internet police will not only shut it's not as simple. People think that I just got his internet shut down, you know, and it's brief like that. The police come to their house. They will investigate you just for having someone have sent you the text. Tiananmen Square massacre 1989.
That's
I saw a guy test it one time. He linked up to a Grand Theft Auto 5 Chinese server, and he sent in the chat Tiananmen Square Massacre 1989, and you just see like 20 of the people just leave the chat instantaneously. So
Oh my god.
yeah, so that the Japanese came up with it. They're like, if you ever want to really fuck with the Chinese, send this to. They have like this specific text. Hang on, I'll send it to you.
I'm concerned.
It's a copy pasta.
Yeah.
A copy pasta that causes China to ban the site with said pasta. There we go. I'm going to put it into this chat. There you go. So all of these are pretty much words to get you shut down over there.
Oh no.
You'll notice Winnie the Pooh is in there.
Yeah, at the very. Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah, that's
They
a thing
did-
too.
Why did they ban him?
People were essentially comparing Xi Jinping, the
Oh,
president
yeah.
of China, or emperor. I don't know what the fuck they call him over there. To Winnie the Pooh, and so Winnie the Pooh is now banned in China.
God.
I wonder if these guys have heard of the Streisand effect or not.
What? Like.
The
was that
Chinese
again?
government. The Streisand effect.
Hmm.
It's basically where. Ooh, yeah. Hi, Tanner. It's basically where the Barbara Streisand had bought a new house and didn't want any paparazzi taking the pictures of it, so she tried to suppress
okay, yeah.
all images of it on the internet, which only caused it to spread further.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what the Streisand effect is. And the Chinese government, well, maybe it's because they don't speak English. You know, maybe they don't know the Streisand effect. You know, maybe
I think-
that's completely lost on them.
I mean, it happens all the time, especially whenever it's like
Anything on the internet at all.
Well, yeah, like I mean, what was it? The Taiwanese president. The same thing happened to him, where people were just like making fun of him, like getting out of a car, and he was just like, "Oh no, I'm out."
I'm on the page for that copy pasta I just sent you,
Hmm.
and if you scroll down, this Chinese guy said, "Oh my God, why would you post this? There's someone at my
Well,
And then every comment underneath him is just F, F, F.
feels bad,
I,
man.
I remember this group that I'm a part of in on Facebook. It's called Shit Posting in Asia, ironically.
Mhm.
And someone formed their McDonald's French fries to look like the Tank Man image from Tiananmen Square. And someone tagged this Chinese girl and was like, "What is this?" And then she replied, and she was like, "I don't see anything.
Aww.
Nothing to see here."
Well, this is awkward.
Oh, so it is Emperor over there. Of course it is.
Oh,
Fucking nit. Oh, wait, no. That's just completely wrong, actually. Completely different part of the world, actually. But yeah, so that's the thing. So if you ever want to fuck with someone in China, send them that. And you're gonna fuck their whole life up, honestly.
probably.
Lose their job, the cops are gonna come to their house, their internet's shut down. They're pretty much fucked. So use it sparingly, I'd say. We don't want the Chinese government catching on to this, you know. So next time I'm in Grand Theft Auto 5 and some Chinese guy's fucking with me, I'm gonna be like, yeet. And he's be like, oh,
Copy pasta,
no.
boom.
Oh, no. Open up! It's Chinese FBI. I don't know what we're called. Why am I speaking English?
Being so American that you just think that FBI, like every other country, just has a different branch of the FBI.
Let's see. Let's find out. China FBI.
Saudi Arabian FBI.
Oh, they do. Never mind. It's just literally called the FBI in China as well. Damn. Oh, no. Hang on. This is it's the Ministry of State Security. Are these the guys who
cooler.
are these the guys who are shutting down my internet?
Ministry just sounds way cooler than
It really does. You know, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Ugh,
Yeah, just
How boring.
bureau.
Yeah.
Like I want to
Sounds
go.
like an
I don't want to go to
alternative
the
name
office.
for a rectum. You know. Let me hop in that bureau, girl.
A ministry, on the other hand.
Now that's intense. I don't want the ministry coming to my house. You know. That sounds scary. The bureau, it just feels like I'm gonna get taxed.
I know. It's just like, oh boy.
Oh, here it comes. So I got to talk about my bankruptcy class real quick
Oh boy.
because I know more about Chuck E. Cheese now than I ever wanted to know, thanks to this class.
Oh no.
Have I told you about this?
I think you were talking about a bit, but we never really.
Yeah, we did a research paper where we had to research 2 companies that went bankrupt and detail their history leading up to the bankruptcy and then the bankruptcy itself. And I chose Chuck E. Cheese and Blockbuster because those are both companies I know. You know, I grew up with both of them. And, yeah, Blockbusters, they're just kind of a tale of negligence, but Chuck E. Cheese has a bit more of an interesting storyline. The co-founder of Atari, Nolan Bushell, founded Chuck E. Cheese in 1977, and it was known at that time as Pizza Time. And it was known as Pizza Time for years and years, pretty much up until the 90s. But Chuck E. Cheese was always a part of it. Like, he was the lead mascot always of Pizza Time, and they had the animatronics and everything in the arcade. And then going forward from that, what they wanted to use Chuck E. Cheese for, or Pizza Time for, was to push their games, obviously, through the arcade. And the pizza was just a side thing. However, they accumulated $50 million in debt. And Bushell said, fuck this, I'm out. And he was gone. Then a company called, I believe they were called Showbiz, bought Pizza Time, changed it to Chuck E. Cheese, and it is now what we know today as Chuck E. Cheese. That's the history of Chuck E. Cheese for you. There you go. Now you can say you know that. If you're ever at a party, you know, it's getting kind of quiet, getting kind of awkward. You guys want to know what Chuck E. Cheese started off as? And everyone's just like, I'm intrigued. You know, Blockbuster really fucked up, though. Because the guy who founded Netflix came to them. Was like, this is my idea. This is how it'll work. I've already figured out all the science behind it. Here's where the cash comes in. Everything. And he's pitching this directly to the head of Blockbuster at the time. And they laugh at him. And he leaves. And he goes on to make Netflix. And, well, we all know what happened to Blockbuster. So... And
it's just...
the other thing is,
you know, it's just
go ahead.
Especially during that time, just like appealing anything to the internet, just like...
Oh, yeah.
It was like a backwater.
They're like, no.
People were just like, no, we are fine.
The way is physical. Yeah. Everyone loves driving across town to pick up a DVD. I mean, we're past having to rewind VHS tapes, so it's basically the future.
Little did they know.
Yeah, well, statistically, in 2004, there were 9,000 Blockbusters, over 9,000. And in 2019, there's 1.
Yeah.
And, well, we all
only places that
know
really
where Netflix
survived.
is now, so...
The only places that really survived that you still, like, had big rental industries were, like, stores that had... they didn't focus on that. They had a lot more going for it than just...
Well, I mean, and the strange thing was Blockbuster attempted to break into doing exactly what they do, but with music. And they had a thing called Blockbuster Music for a while, and that apparently never took off quite like Blockbuster did. You know, the whole reason Blockbuster became as big as it did was purely because of the selection. You know, rental stores back then were small shops, you know, with some movies that you might want to see. Nothing new, really, usually. The older came out the gate with, I believe they had over 8,000 rentals available when they first opened. So they just really, you know, quantity over quality. And then they fucked themselves. You know, they were a nation. They were a worldwide thing. They had Blockbusters in Japan and Brazil, everywhere. Now they're nowhere. Now you got to go to Bend, Oregon, to go to a Blockbuster. So, you know,
when was the music like rental released?
it was like in mid '90s probably. Viacom had gotten them by that point. MTV bought Blockbuster at that point. Yeah. And
well, I don't know.
They ended up selling it off.
Well,
anyway,
even
so.
I think then, like, movies were like, a lot more people were looking for that. Music didn't really come into fruition until like 2010s, 2008.
Right,
I think
right.
I think that one really started with iTunes when it was just
Oh
like, oh,
yeah,
stream your music and get your music all online. It's just like, oh wow, that's cool.
that's
So
so
then,
convenient. And then Netflix came along, did the same thing, but with movies now. So
and the thing is like, especially in the mid '90s, whenever you're like trying to advertise to streaming music, it's like, oh, so what? I can just stream music off
yeah,
my computer.
right, right.
So
Like
like,
whatever.
what's the point in that? I
I got
can't
a
play
fucking
for parties
Walkman for that,
because
dude.
I don't think there was like that many hookups to, speakers and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. No, that was when the only speakers you could get were those giant ass house speakers.
Yeah, so it's
You
like,
know.
unless you were like shilling out stuff for your
Yeah,
computer.
Chris was telling me about that. He was like, when I was in the Air Force, everyone had those big ass speakers in their dorm room.
Hmm.
And they had two corners reserved for these big ass speakers that everyone had because they were the only speakers you could get at the time that like
Mhm.
made any real noise.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
we still
it's
have those speakers at my house. Actually, they're downstairs.
yeah, so it's just like that. Now their downfall is just like they were completely fucked.
Yeah.
There was no way.
It's well, they had the chance to really save themselves with the Netflix guy.
Oh yeah,
Because he
yeah.
had it all down. He even had the fucking thing mapped out, and he was showing them how it worked and everything.
Hmm.
They were like, "No." He's like, "I,"
Well,
and that's
better do
history,
my own thing.
kids.
Well, that's all. I've already said this ad nauseum like 5,000 times, but that's what happens whenever you're just like it gets annoying in a business situation whenever you're like just talking to the people who run the company
Uh huh.
to run the company.
Yeah.
They're not really in it because they know what's going on. They have all these advisors
Yeah.
like telling them what
Uh-huh.
will work,
You know.
but they themselves don't have a clue. So whenever they're just like the advisors just like, yeah, well,
And really, this was
it's a DVD. Everyone's willing. No one's gonna be willing to shell out money just to watch something on a screen whenever they could just pick it up during a grocery
Yeah,
store
you
run or
know.
whatever.
And this was at the peak of like Blockbuster's popularity,
Hmm.
and they could have catapulted.
They could have
themselves at this
tried.
point. Like
They-
they
yeah.
were already giant, over 9,000
Yeah.
stores. But you launched this at-home thing, like Netflix did. Blockbuster could have been even bigger than they already were.
Yeah,
they
they
could have been a
definitely had
monster.
enough. They
Like
had
the
enough
Walmart
customers.
of movies.
Yeah, everyone knew about them. They
Yeah.
had enough. They're just like, you could have easily
It's
just
not
been
like
like, okay, yeah.
people are gonna be like, "Oh, fuck that, Blockbuster. I don't trust them. Fuck them niggas." Like that's not what was gonna happen. Like it's a huge chain. You have 9,000 stores. People trust you, obviously.
And
Bless
even
you.
then, it's just like, why couldn't they just like taken a small chance? I mean, would it really been that costly just to set up a section of the website?
Yeah. Would it have really hurt that much? It's not like you guys didn't have a tech team. You had an app for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you launched that 4 years later in 2008 when apps were starting to get big, and you realized, oh shit, we might have fucked up, guys.
By that time, everyone was already using Netflix.
Yeah, and then they also had the whole $900 million in debt thing going on too. So that really hurts chances of doing anything ever again. That's tough. But that's show business, kids. So if you take anything away from this, next time that homeless guy's telling you his crazy idea, just go with it.
Just
go with
always invest in everything anyone tells you. That's the moral.
Believe everything. With all that being said, be sure to hit up my Indiegogo July 1st.
Keep shilling. I'll be back in a few seconds.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So basically, my friend Caitlin Sanchez is setting up a website. Not only an Indiegogo, we're also going to have an entire website dedicated to the new movie that me and Tim have been working a couple months on. But yeah, we're launching an Indiegogo because we need to fund this movie. We're looking at about $3,000 is our goal currently, which I think is it's a pretty small budget for a feature film. When you consider how much money companies put into the exact same kind of movies. But I've made movies with no budget, so I'm not really intimidated by that. The budget's going to be more dedicated towards a couple of different things, so I'm sort of splitting it up into like different sections because I'm thinking I need new equipment, so I'm going to dedicate some of the 3,000 to equipment. We're going to have, cast and crew that I obviously have to pay. So I want to dedicate some money towards that too. And then after the movie is all finished and we go through post production, also a lot of the money's going to be, some of the money's going to be going towards marketing as well. Just like Facebook ads and ads around the internet and stuff like that. So you may even see a YouTube ad for the new movie. Who knows? And so we're going to be dedicating some money towards marketing, and then finally, once the movie's finished and we've done everything, whatever we have left over is going to be dedicated towards submitting to various film festivals and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's basically the gist of the Kickstarter, which I'm going to explain to Tim again once he gets back. This is the first time this is the first time we're going to be trying a crowdfunding campaign for one of my movies. I've never tried to crowdfund a movie before because I've never felt like it's necessary. But with this one, this is such a big project. There's so much going into it that I think is important. I'm really, really proud of the script that I wrote. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. So. Yeah. I'm just waiting on Tim now. I'm not really sure what to do with this. Kind of want to play Minecraft, I've been thinking about that a lot. Oh, there he is. Finally. Thank God. Thank you. I just explained where all of the money's going to be going for the Kickstarter. So,
okay.
Not Kickstarter, sorry. We're not doing Kickstarter. Cancer. You know what, Tim? I'll explain it to you in a minute. It's now your turn to stall because I need water.
Oh.
So I'll be back. Stall.
So, yeah, we've been we've been playing a lot of Minecraft, Tyler's just been talking about it. And, I gotta say, if someone outside, especially sketchy about these these fundraisers, especially whenever you're donating to stuff, at least Tyler's giving you the rundown of what's going to be during the production cycle, where the money's be going to, because that's always the sketchiest part of the of these sites. Why I dislike Kickstarter and all that, where you're just like, okay, yeah, I'll donate my money, but what exactly is it going to? Especially whenever there's they're pushing specific products, and you're just it's confusing.
I agree.
Where you're just like, what's going on?
Yep. That's right, Tim. Go on. Yeah, you were saying? I never left. Go on.
I was.
All right, you were saying?
Oh, I was just supporting. I was just saying that it was a good thing that you were being open about.
Oh, where the money's going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's always the sketchiest part.
Yeah, I think being transparent is really important. So I told them, we're aiming for $3,000, which is a pretty low budget for a movie when you consider what these companies put into them. Big budget for me. Never had a budget before. Usually it's just touch and go. We kind of figure it out as we go along. So basically, the way I'm seeing it, we're going to dedicate some money to some new equipment because I feel that's important. Then we're going to dedicate some money to paying cast and crew while we, film. So Tim's going to get money this time around. He can quit his job at the bookstore. Well, temporarily. Yeah, I'm leaving, guys. I'm going to shoot a movie. So, yeah, I'm pretty much show business now. So, fuck all you niggas. I'm out this.
I'm making the big bucks now, boy.
Yeah, so from there, paying cast is obviously important. After, the movie's finished and everything, or even maybe even before, but we're going to be paying for some marketing too. You know, some Facebook ads, maybe even some YouTube stuff as well. Just ads around the internet, pretty much is what we're going for here. We're going to have an entire website dedicated to the movie this time around. Instead of just like an IMDb page, it's going to have a full-fledged, I believe she said the URL is going to be FreudianSlipMovie.com. So we're going to have a website. And then once the movie is over, all of the cast is paid. The rest of the money, what's left over from the Indiegogo campaign, we're going to dedicate to Tim's tuition. No, I'm kidding. Please. We're going to dedicate the rest of the money towards submitting to film festivals. The ones that I have my eyes on anyway, ones I really think the movie fits into. And then whatever money's left over will go towards Tim's tuition. So, like, a couple cents. Hey, man, every little bit counts. No, but you know what? Hold me to that. I will give whatever money I have left over from the Indiegogo campaign to Tim's schooling. Because I value Tim, and I value what he wants to do. So, there you go.
Oh, you're too kind.
Damn, look at me.
God bless you.
All right, guys, crucify
I
me.
take back everything I said behind your back.
You see, Tim, I knew you were going to find a way to ruin it, you know? I was talking to you about this clip earlier, and I actually want to show it to you, even though I know it's going to get us copyrighted. But I'm going to show it to you anyways, because I had to watch this scene a couple times. It was killing me, potentially. Good stuff here.
All right,
let me see.
I'm ready whenever.
Okay. I gotta get everything on screen. Okay.
Anticipation's killing me.
All right. A 3, 2, 1, and go.
I am so sorry. My apologies. I'm so busy today. It's good to see all of you.
That's quite all right, sir. Don't worry about it. Listen, would now be a good time to say a few words about my wonderfully warm and caring mother?
No, just, get to the reading part.
Get on with it, man. Let's go. All right. Which one of you is Frank Reynolds?
Go.
Okay. Frank, I have something here that I need to read to you from Barbara. Frank, if your fat monkey heart is still beating, then congratulations. I want you to know that I hereby leave all of your money to Bruce Mathis, the real father of my children.
What?
What?
Bruce Mathis?
A handsome man with a beautiful soul and a nicer penis.
You're giving all my money to that jerk off?
You know, Mr. Reynolds, I'm reading what's on the document.
Why are you giving
okay?
it to him?
I'm not-
She barely even knew him.
Yeah, I'm not giving any money to anybody, you see. I'm just reading what's on a will.
Where is that rat bastard?
Sir, I don't know.
Because
As
I
a-
want to smash his face until he's dead. Killed dead.
Frank, will you forget about
dead.
Bruce?
I want to
just
kill
gave
him.
away all of our money.
You know what? We should just move forward, okay? For my darling son, Dennis, presumably, I give you my house.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, now it's starting to make sense. Read on.
On the sole condition that Frank not be allowed in.
I would never let him in. What?
Deandra,
Yes.
you get nothing. You were a disappointment and a mistake.
A mistake? We're twins.
Yeah.
We were born at the same time. What are you talking about? You're not making any sense.
Tell that bitch it doesn't make sense.
Okay. I'm reading the words that someone else wrote, okay? I don't know your mom, never met your mom. In fact, I'm certainly not speaking to your mom now because she's dead.
Yeah, we know she's dead. We're venting because we're frustrated.
You tell her she's a goddamn whore. That's always been a whore.
Whoa, what about jewelry? Does it say anything about jewelry?
It does say something about the jewelry
Okay.
in here in that she wants to be buried in it.
God damn it!
Oh,
God damn it!
she's taking it into the grave.
I tell you what, you son of a bitch, I am very disappointed in you today.
Very upset with you. You tell her for me that I will be in touch with her
Yeah,
somehow.
tell her she's a bitch.
These are awkward situations. Both.
I'll be in touch with her somehow.
It can be difficult.
Thanks for the house, dude.
You know, I didn't give you the house. That's not how this whole situation works. Okay. Jesus Christ.
I feel more like the guy. The guy's just like, I can't talk to her. In fact, he's dead.
Oh Christ. Oh my God.
For the house.
Hey, thanks for the house, dude. I didn't give you the house. That's not how any of this works. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. That's not how any of this works. Yeah.
We were born on the same day.
She's like, I love that. You get nothing. You were a disappointment and a mistake. Oh. You know? And then Danny DeVito's just great in that show. You tell her she's a bitch. Oh, this can be very awkward situations usually, and then just walking out.
Jesus Christ.
She's taking it into the grave. Oh my God.
I need to watch Sunny in Philadelphia.
You know, it's do you have Hulu?
Yes.
It's on
I have
Hulu.
Spotify.
It's on Hulu. Yeah, same. How much do you pay a month for it? Hulu. I mean.
Spotify?
Well, yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, it comes free with Spotify.
Does it?
Yeah. I think it does have ads though, but
Yeah, it does. I had a thing with Hulu where I only paid them like $1 a month
oh,
for a year.
well,
I don't know if that's still ongoing or not. I don't remember when I signed up for it. Where do I look up the Hulu Spotify package?
I guess you go to Hulu and just check out.
Never mind, they ended it.
Oh, well. I'm very for my Funimation so I can watch all my weeb shit.
Yeah.
It's nice. I only pay like $5 a month for it.
Mm-hmm.
It bumped up to like $10 some time ago, but since I had it for like 2 years, I still have like the original price.
Uh-huh. Oh, nice.
So,
Nice.
you know.
But yes, It's Always Sunny. Every season's on Hulu, unless I'm mistaken.
Nice.
So definitely, and those episodes, they fly.
Mm.
I remember after a certain point, I looked at the thing and I was in season 3 and I was like, what? I'm watching for 2 days.
Do I have a problem?
They're like 22-minute episodes, you know? So it's not like a super long show, but they get every... God, it's so funny. I
Well,
especially
still,
love
3
the,
seasons worth.
Yeah. And I love the episode where Charlie pretends to have cancer. That one's funny as hell.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's especially when they find out that he didn't. I mean, they kind of you kind of know he doesn't have cancer from the start. But like when they have everyone else find out that he doesn't have cancer, it's like, you can't do that, Charlie. Oh my God. And then I guess Danny DeVito saved the show apparently.
Did
Like,
he?
him coming on,
Oh.
because he wasn't in the whole first season.
Mm.
He didn't appear until the second season. But also, you want to know who plays a character in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Who?
This was a shock to me. To just take a guess. You know, they have some special guests. P. Diddy was on there once. They have some special guests here and there. But there's someone that comes on this show that plays a recurring character, not a main character, but one that shows up pretty frequently. And you're never gonna believe who it is. And
Harvey Weinstein.
No. Oh God.
Oh.
No. Oh God. that would change the show a little bit. It's a famous director, and he got to come on the show as a deal with Charlie Day, one of the actors and producers of the show, that if he got to be on the show, Charlie Day got to be in one of his movies.
Oh.
Let's see. How do I put this gently? Guillermo del Toro.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That's what I said. Hang on.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's bonus points.
You know, and let me see if I can find like any of his scenes.
Del Toro's always been a plus for me.
He's great. He really is, you know.
I I think I earned a lot of respect for him because I watched like a video about Pacific Rim.
That's the movie
And
that
it was-
Charlie Day was in.
Yeah.
That was the deal.
wow.
Yeah, he got to be in Pacific Rim.
Well, he was just like he made fun of, or like the YouTuber I was watching was making fun of the second one, and he was just like, just going through all this detail of how Del Toro was just like, yeah, we're borrowing from the mecha genre, but we're not gonna copy anything.
Yeah,
We're not gonna. Like the most obvious one is that they could have just like ripped off Gundam,
easily.
but he was just like, yeah, no, I just want this to be like, I want. He told was like telling the designers, I just want you to look at like tanks and helicopters and just like be inspired from that. And like he didn't want to stray anywhere near any like source material, like
yeah.
any inspired
Any
material.
inspiration, yeah.
And like that's one of the things that the second one just like this was like a spit in the face is that it like showed a Gundam because in Japan they have like a Gundam tower,
Yeah.
like a sculpture of one of the Gundams, and they like showcased that. It's just like that was just like a spit in the face.
Yeah.
Of the original.
God damn. How insulting. Poor Gorilla Mo. He doesn't deserve that. Yeah, he plays
Alright.
Pappy McPoyle in this. So we'll just watch the
Alright.
first few seconds because he shows up pretty immediately. So
All right.
all right, a 3, 2, 1, and go.
It's time to get out of here. I mean, look at that guy.
That's Charlie Day.
My boys! From my lungs! Fully formed! One of them babies tried to eat me. I ate him first!
Down with Charlie. I'm leaving.
What, you guys just gonna leave? You're gonna go?
Why are the babies trying to eat me? Oh, I hate
Yeah,
them
we should
first.
stop now. I ate him first. Oh man, and it just makes it so much better knowing that he wanted to do it. You know, like he was like, "I'll give you a role in my movie if I can be on the show." Oh man, yeah, and Charlie. Oh, Charlie's so funny, dude. God damn it, he's so funny. Hang on, let me. I got a scene. I'm sorry, and I know we're spending a long time on this one, but I got a scene that I think is really gonna make you think of me. And it's what Charlie does in this scene that really just drives that point home. So there we go. They're discussing the N-word in this scene. Might I
damn
add.
it, of
So,
course.
Yep, here it is. All right, a 3, 2, 1, and go.
Come on, it's just a word.
Just a word. Oh, okay. Well, Frank, tell me something. If you were going to save somebody else's life, from a falling piano, and you needed a word to just cut right through, what word would you use to call out to the arbiter?
I suppose.
Yeah, you know what? We're treading on some dangerous territory.
I don't know.
Nigger? Oh, whoa! Charlie, you can't use that word. I'm trying to guess the word that he was saying that he thought Frank was going to say. I was not using the word. You can't use that word, buddy. And yet we've just sort of been casually throwing the F word around willy-nilly for the past few days, and that hasn't been a problem.
Wait, no, I was just answering.
I saw that and I was just like, you know what? Same, Charlie. I get you. Because I would have done the same thing. Everyone else had been treading around. I've been like, Tyler. Can't just. I was trying to guess the word that he was saying Frank was gonna say.
Except you don't guess it. You intentionally do this all the time.
I don't know about that one. I mean, Charlie kind of does too. Like this is episode where they have this black. It's the very first episode of the show. There's this black guy, and he comes in. And he's like a promoter, and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I can fill a room with 500 people." And then they're sitting at the cafe the next day discussing it, and Charlie's sitting there, and this waitress that he has a crush on walks behind him, and as she walks behind him, he goes, "You heard him? He's got." And the waitress is like, "Oh, okay, Hitler."
Well,
So yeah, no, I get Charlie, especially in some of the later episodes where he tries to kill people. He's like getting ready to kill Frank. Frank just pulls his. But he's like, "You've always got that on you, don't you?" Oh, god damn it, man! Having a good time. Yeah, that show gets crazy. I love it. It's so good. It's such a good show. And fun fact, the pilot, or rather what they got the studio to be interested in, it was shot for around $85.
Oh,
And most of that was just buying tape for the camera. So there you go.
well,
Mm-hmm.
$85 will get you anywhere. That's the moral of the story.
Especially on on the strip in Las Vegas. Get you into a fight or a stabbing. You know, you maybe win some money at a casino. I don't gamble personally. Not really. That's what our community needs. A casino.
A casino.
A fucking casino. It's perfect.
You can spend your hard-earned potatoes.
Oh yeah, that's basically our currency, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Food.
I still haven't been to Gabe's house because you got me too scared to go over there. You know?
I think currently it's just a hole in the ground, but
Oh, is it? Oh, did his house get fucked up?
well, it's not. Well, no, it's like it's more. His is a lot bigger scale.
Yeah.
So he currently is just like it's literally just a cave.
Oh, he's working on it still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you seen the newest season of Black Mirror?
I've heard things.
Yeah.
I've heard that the second episode is particularly interesting.
It's oh god.
The Vipers one, I believe.
I wouldn't even say it's interesting. To me, it was the worst and the most boring.
I use that term very loosely. Interesting is not a positive connotation in my book.
Yeah, the second one was just like basically you can sum up the second episode as social media bad.
What is it? I've heard there's like all this gay stuff and like,
Oh no, that's in the first
the
episode.
first episode is the Vipers one then, right?
I yes.
Video
Wait, let me
game
see.
dick sucking is what I've heard.
Oh yeah.
What is that? Feel free to
just
spoil it for me.
basically-
I don't watch Black Mirror, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The first episode is just basically, it starts out with like some guy's birthday party, and they're like it starts out with like we get the main cast and they're like young, going to clubs and shit. Then they grow up, basically, and they're like in their 30s, and they have like one guy has a family, it's his birthday.
right.
Then his best friend comes to the birthday, and it's just like, oh well, here's this game that we used to play all the time, except it's like the newest version, and it's basically VR. There was like one episode where they introduced like a little dot thing where you could like revisit your memories. I think in the first or second season,
Yeah, okay.
and they just basically reused that, but it's basically virtual reality,
Okay.
and they fight, and then they just start making out of nowhere. For me, in that episode, it was more of a melodrama. It wasn't really that shocking. I was just more like, okay, but how is this a Black Mirror-esque?
Yeah.
It's not really like, oh, people can cheat in VR. Is basically the main motif of the
Okay.
episode.
Sure.
And I was just like, okay, I guess. And then it's just like, oh, well, the guy's married. So it's... like I said, it's basically a melodrama where they just occasionally fucking VR.
Okay.
And honestly, it raised a lot more questions than... I was more interested in the questions
Yeah.
than the actual, like, plot.
Yeah.
I'm just like, is this game, like, adult only? Like,
Yeah.
it's a fighting game, but you can feel, like, every punch or whatever. And it's
Do-
like, what's the appeal in this?
You can do what?
Who would want to get beaten up, have, like, their back cracked, or, like, broke?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and who in the developer team was just like, okay, we should give them all sexual organs and make them usable, and actually map out their sensitivities.
Right.
Like, was there a team just dedicated to penis and vagina?
Yeah. Okay, so what about the Miley Cyrus one?
That one was actually my favorite, even though it was like a lot more over the top. That one was just more like to deal with like AI. Basically, Miley Cyrus is retaining her role of Hannah Montana.
Right. That's what I
Where
gathered
it's
from
just
it.
like well, it's more like she has a persona and like an onstage persona, and her aunt's really the one who.
I was pretty much getting that idea from like what I've seen of it so far.
Yeah, and
So what
basically,
where does the doll come into play?
well, it's like it begins at like the beginning of the episode because we follow like a awkward teenage girl who just like moved towns.
Yeah, I've seen.
And she's really obsessed with this persona.
Mm-hmm.
And they release basically a toy, which is it's like an AI copy of Ashley or like the persona.
Yeah, excuse me.
So-
Miley Cyrus's character.
Well, it's watered down so it acts like the persona, not like her actual self.
Yeah.
But somehow they like
How
there's like
so
basically
it's basically like the. It's basically kind of like Perfect Blue, a little bit.
sort of
Where it's about like the stage personality versus the actual personality kind of thing.
Yeah. And the toy is like perpetuating that, but then like it breaks and they're trying to fix it, but then they find out there's like somehow, I mean, there's a obvious plot hole where you're just like, how are they coding an AI or like looking at the AI code? But they basically take off the thing that was just like, because apparently all the dolls had the entire personality.
Mm-hmm.
They had like a quote unquote inhibitor that just like dumbed
a
it down.
firewall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they take that off, and then she acts like it.
She acts like her
And
true
whatever.
self.
Yeah, and like the story is that the Miley Cyrus's character gets knocked unconscious, or like, well, not knocked unconscious, but she gets poisoned
Mm-hmm.
by a drug overdose,
Okay.
and that's how her aunt is like trying to like keep her subdued in a sense.
Okay.
Because her aunt's basically just like a wicked stepmother.
Oh, so it's like Amy Winehouse and her father. Okay.
Yeah, sort of like, and like once they do that, like the story is that she was allergic to something, and then the AI was just like, I'm not allergic to that, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, honestly, out of all of them, is the most interesting. If you turn off your brain, you're okay. Yeah, that's a lot more. You're a lot more invested in the characters.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The second one.
Not good.
Ugh.
Didn't like that one. What's that one?
So basically,
I'm just gonna look up the plot to these. Hang on. I mean, you're free to talk about it. I'm just gonna look at the plot so that I can have an idea of what we're talking about. Smithereens. I've heard a lot of good things about that one though.
it was just
not a fan.
Yeah, no, it's because it starts out with a guy who was
Taxi
like-
driver
he's-
for the
he's like
app
an Uber
Hitcher.
driver.
Yep.
and he's like going around, and he's always like in the specific area in front of this company,
Right.
which is just basically Black Mirror Facebook.
Uh huh.
If there's anything to equivocate it to. And then, he's always asking if they work there. And then he goes to an AA meeting where they're all like talking about people who died in their lives or like taking their own lives or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts back to him like trying to get people. Then he picks up somebody. He's just like, oh, and they're just like, he asks them if they work there. He's like, oh yeah, I do work there.
Yeah.
And then he takes him off. He tries to kidnap him, and he does kidnap him because he has a gun because he gets a gun. Then he's like trying to go to like the middle of the countryside for whatever reason.
Uh huh.
But one of the cops see like the guy in the back, or guy while he's driving by, they see the guy with the bag over his head, and they start chasing him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just basically a standout because he just wants to talk to basically the CEO of Facebook.
Yeah.
And he it's just like for a while they're just trying to connect him, and eventually they take his call, and then there's this whole subplot where you find out that his wife died in a car accident, and it turned out that because they got in an accident with a drunk driver, so they just automatically put the blame on the drunk driver.
Mm-hmm.
It just turns out that he wasn't paying attention because he was looking at his face, or like basically looking at Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
and then his wife died, blah blah blah, and then at the end, police are trying to kill him because he has a loaded weapon, but he's just like he's wanting to kill himself. See, the main motif is that they try to make it sympathetic. Like they're just like, oh, Facebook is designed to be addictive and all that. It's like, well, yeah, but it's his fault. It's his fault for actively denying the rules of the road and looking at Facebook. Like, yeah, sure, we can all understand. It's like, oh, well, it gets boring. Late at night, no one's really out, so you feel like you're safe.
Yeah, sure.
But at the end of the day, it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's no one else's fault.
Yeah,
yes, you can criticize Facebook for being designed to be addictive.
Sure.
Sure.
Absolutely.
But it's not their fault. It's sort of like the whole Snapchat deal where some girl on Snapchat, ran into a different car because she was trying to hit like a high record speed. It's her fault. It's not because Snapchat added these filters. And they try to make him a sympathetic character, and it's like by the end I was just like I was rooting for the police just to shoot him in the head. I'm just like,
do it to him.
What makes this guy redeemable?
Yeah.
He killed his wife. Because he looked at Facebook, then he went out of his way to kidnap somebody in the vain hope of talking to a CEO.
Yeah. All right, so what I'm gathering from this is Black Mirror. I'm a free agent. I've got good ideas. So, get your people to contact me. I'm talking to Black Mirror now. The writers, because obviously they're running out of ideas over there. So I'm just offering my services.
It's just, and whenever I was looking at the ratings, I did look up the ratings too, where everyone's just like, oh, I mean, no, it's like a 7 out of 10 I saw on like IMDb.
Okay.
So it's not like
a little bit above
amazingly
average.
good.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, it was just, how does anyone actually like it? It's just basically Facebook's bad.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's common sense, the episode, where you're just like, oh, maybe we should consume social media with more, or like, less steadily?
Yeah.
Totally not. It's not so.
It's not a thing. You can't make it a thing.
It's just, oh god, it was just, like I said, once you have me just like rooting for the death of a character you want me to feel sympathetic for, you've lost me. It's over.
Oh Christ.
Plus, it's just a weird message because it's like, okay, so if I kidnap somebody, then talk to the CEO of a company.
Yeah. To me, like, I've always just felt like Black Mirror is a Society, the show.
Oh yeah, I mean, dystopia is definitely the easiest.
Yeah.
Sort of like science fiction to write in, because you're just like, oh, anything can be really bad.
Yeah.
Black Mirror, I give credit.
Commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Mirror, I can give some comment, or like I can give some credit to, because in some of the early episodes, they sort of introduced this technology, but it's like sort of like it's not like really like a huge societal thing. It's more like how people initially react to like if this technology became available for like, the everyday person, and that's what makes it interesting, because you're just like, what would people do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you take this seemingly.
I did see one that I did really enjoy. It was so they have the rooms with all the screens on it.
Oh yeah,
they exercise all the time, or they get put on this show where they just make fun of fat people the whole time. I like that one.
Yeah.
Did we watch another one? I'm trying to think, because Tanner showed me 2 episodes of it a while ago. Or maybe she just showed me that one. I don't know. Either way, I've never dove deep into the actual show, but that episode I liked. I've heard the premises for the other ones, and I'm just kind of like, I think let's see, what were they? USS Callister sounds cool to me. Like conceptually, I think that sounds cool.
What was it?
That's the one with the video game where he's programming the people he knows into the game.
Oh yeah,
I like that
was a
one.
good one.
I think that one sounds really cool. Okay, I don't know anything. I watched Bandersnatch,
Oh yeah.
and that one was just really. We live in a society for me, at a lot of points, but otherwise, it was a interesting thing to do. So, I do haven't, and I should have pitched it to you earlier, so you could have gotten in and watched it too. It's called it's a movie. Okay, are you ready for this, Tim? I need you to brace yourself. Okay, are you sitting down?
Of course.
Okay, just deep breaths. Okay, it's a movie called Christian Mingle, the movie.
Okay, please continue.
Okay, I'm gonna send you the letterbox page so that you can just confirm it's a real thing. It's also on Netflix right now. Me and Tanner watched it together.
What?
This woman essentially, she's like, I can't find a guy. So, and then she sees a Christian Mingle ad, and I told Tanner, this is just gonna be a Christian Mingle ad for an hour, and it was. But I was really, because in the intro, she's like, I didn't find him, but I did find him. So I was like, ooh, what if they make her a Jesus-loving lesbian? Wouldn't that throw you for a fucking loop? That is what I would do, just to be like, fuck you all,
Oh, I love the top review. God is real.
But I also want to go ahead and add. I do have a review for this one, huh? I don't know if it's recent or not, but I have a review.
Who made this? I'm pretty sure I know who made it.
His name is Corbin Burnson.
Is there like a production company?
Cineflix? No. What are they called? It's that
Pureflix?
Yes.
I knew it.
Yes. They are behind every single bad Christian movie out today. Is it Cineflix? No. Different production company. Maybe they were distributing. I swear I saw their logo at the beginning, and I was like, of course. No, they were distributed by Capital Christian Distribution.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So she meets a guy on Christian Mingle, and he is just the most boring, bland character. I hated him. I literally wanted to kill this guy. You can ask Tanner. During the movie, I was like, I want to kill you. Every time he'd come on screen, just because she takes him out to try sushi, and he's like, bleh. And I'm like, okay, sushi's not for everyone. What do you like? What's going to make you a unique character? So she's like, what would you rather have? He's like, I don't know, hot dogs, maybe, hamburgers. I want to kill you, you uncultured fuck. That's the best. You could have thrown spaghetti out there, and I would have been fucking satisfied. But no.
I'm sorry, Tara. Are you not appreciating his American personality?
Oh! Don't worry. He loves football and God, and he's got he's got a Christian family. I think his dad's even a pastor. I might be mistaken. But anyways, so then they go to this trip down to Mexico, and it's just the most racist thing ever.
Oh God.
Because it's just the white savior thing, the white Christian savior thing happening, where these white people are here to save these Mexicans, in which they do, obviously. And eventually, Christian guy figures out, you're not really as Christian as you act like you are. And she's like, no, I'm not, but I'm trying to be. He's like, I can't be with someone who's Christian. And then he leaves. I'm like, dude, fuck you. Oh, I hate you so much.
Why are we wanting
I hate you so much. I was like, I hate this guy so much. And then, even worse, he comes back at the end. He looks different. He cut his hair or something. Because I go, who the fuck is that? And Tanner just starts laughing. But then I realized it's him. And I'm like, no, you weren't supposed to bring him back. You could have had a message here about how she didn't need a man the whole time and she just needed God, man. You could have had
that would have been better.
It would have been, instead of her finding God and also going out with this fucking cardboard cutout dickhead Christian cunt who I can't stand. And there were
Why do we want to be with him?
and the real shame is there's some parts of this movie that were genuinely funny. And I was like, the comedic talent here is being wasted. But there were some parts that I laughed. You know, this is a black woman that I think is really funny in the movie. I can't remember any of her quotes right. I don't even remember anyone's name in this movie. That's how much attention I was paying. But the black woman has some seriously funny lines. And she like quits her job, moves down to Mexico, becomes a teacher in Mexico.
What?
And I'm looking at this lady like, you wouldn't survive 2 days in Mexico. I'm not saying that because I don't think you could do it. I don't think the cartel would let you do it. Okay, I'm just stating my opinion here. But anyways, yeah, they have a happy ending where they get together and out of that fucking
Of course.
bullshit. But there's significantly less Christian mingle in it than I thought there would be. There's that one part where it sets on the entire relationship, but other than that, they don't really focus on it too much. You know?
Yeah, well, that's surprising.
I was, yeah. Oh, and the director's in it, too.
Of course.
He has a part where he plays this perfect character that loves his dead wife. Yeah. And he's in it for like 20 seconds.
That's always the directors of these kinds of movies are.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. And
I think that's how it was with, like, God's Not Dead, is that the director was, like, a B-plot.
Yeah. God's not dead. Yeah. I'm sorry, that's the only part of that movie I remember. Where, like,
the catchy tune that
where
Top Hand wrote for
where
it.
the old man's got his walker and he sees something and he's like, God's not dead, and he's dancing around with his walker, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Have we gotten to talk about The Perfection?
No.
Do you know about The Perfection?
No.
Okay, well, I'm just going to send you my review of it, and I want you to read it out loud.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, because I think my review of this movie will, sum up my basic feelings about it. So let me just get that real quick. I didn't review it that long ago. There it is.
Real quick, I was just, like, looking at box reviews for God's Not Dead. And one of the top reviews is like, you know that scene in 21 Jump Street when Channing Tatum writes a bunch of fours on the whiteboard, says a gibberish, and yells, "Fuck you, science," while high on drugs? Well, God's Not Dead is basically just a 113-minute version of that scene.
I can agree with that. All right, yeah, I sent over my review.
Let me see.
Go ahead and just read through that for us really quick.
I can handle the truth.
Perfect.
This review may contain spoilers.
It does.
Has a very strong half, but is also really annoying. Acting is good, shame it's wasted here. Director-writer has a fetish for amputees. Final shot not nearly as cool or interesting as people are saying it is. A terrible movie that pretends to be an advocate for rape victims when the director really just enjoys filming women being tortured. A shame, since the beginning showed real potential.
That pretty much sums it up. And I still feel the same way. The first half of this movie had me like, what the fuck is going on? And then they just throw it all away for a rape revenge plot. And it's such a goddamn shame. So basically, the two main characters are these cello players. Kind of renowned cello players, very famous kind of. And they both went to the same school to learn how to play cello. And black cello playing girl is going to, and they fall in love. They're lesbians with each other for a little bit. And the black girl is going back to teach at the school that she grew up playing at. And they're going up there, and then she gets violently fucking sick, and she starts puking and shitting herself. And at one point she vomits, and there's bugs in her vomit, crawling around and shit.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And so at that point I was like, this is disgusting. I don't know what's happening. I'm enjoying this so far. And she throws up some more, and then you see bugs are crawling around in her skin, and then they pop out of her arm, and she has to chop her hand off, essentially. And then she's convinced that that was all a ploy by the white girl to get her to chop her hand off so she couldn't play cello anymore. So then she goes to the cello instructors, and they're like, we can't have you here if you don't have a hand to play the cello with, so you'll have to find work somewhere else. So then black girl, who is missing a hand, tasers the fuck out of the white girl, kidnaps her, throws her in the trunk of her car, takes her to the school, and's like, now I have something for you. Then we find out that as punishment for not playing perfectly at this school when you were younger, the punishment was the lead instructor would rape you. Yeah. Yeah. In the name of God, I should add, by the way. They consider cello like a religious experience of some kind. Anyways, so then I can also say that I've seen someone be sexually violated with a stump now, because that's a thing that happens in this movie. The girl with the amputated hand like starts rubbing her stump against the white girl's vagina in one scene.
I mean,
and then
I guess
they were working together the whole time, you know, feminism. And she cuts the white girl loose, and then they take down the instructor and they chop all of his limbs off and sew his mouth shut. And then they sit in front of him, and now the white girl is also missing a hand too, I should add. And the black girl plays one side of the cello with the hand that she does have. The white girl plays the other side of the cello with the hand that she does have. And the final shot shows them playing the cello in front of the guy with all of his arms and legs amputated. And then it cuts to credits, and I was like, wow, that was the stupidest fucking thing I've seen in a while, you know? It's not even a Netflix original either, so I can't even say that. But it was just one of the worst things I've ever seen. And it's sad, too, because the acting's really good. You know, the white girl is the white girl from Get Out. The other one is Logan Browning, which is from Dear White People. And they're both great actresses, and everyone in this acting is really good.
Yeah.
It's just everything else sucks. Damn, it was so bad. Just the first 30 minutes I was like, yeah. Then the rest of the movie happened. So watch it as a short film, you know, just cut it off at the 30-minute mark. Don't watch the rest. Just walk away thinking, yeah, it was a nice short film, you know? Don't watch the whole thing. The whole thing is not good.
It's not worth your time.
It's not. It's, you know, I dedicate myself to sitting through every movie I watch, but if I can stop someone else from wasting their time, I'll do my best, you know. So yeah, that was a movie. Excuse me.
There's a real bunch of... is it me, or is just like June just like where all the terrible movies come out?
You know, it's not quite award season, and it's not quite like the wind down part of the year, so probably, you know.
Well, actually, this changed from negative Nancy, even though I was segueing into another negative point. But
yeah.
I actually watched Your Name for the first time.
Oh, I haven't seen Your Name.
Yeah, I would recommend.
Voice.
It's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember there's like I remember the huge hype around.
Oh yeah.
Like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, it's a shame I can't see it.
So
but
I always mix. It's Your Voice, right? No.
I don't
What's
know.
it called?
It's called Your Name.
Your Name. Yeah, I mix up Your Name and A Silent Voice because they came out around the same time.
Oh.
They kind of look the same. Is that a movie or is that a show?
It's a movie.
Okay, I like that. I have a hard time getting into the shows, so
yeah.
I much more prefer that you show me a movie than a show. Your Name. Yeah, this has been one I've been meaning to watch for a while now, too. Go ahead. Tell me about it. You know, what you like about it and everything.
I think just overall, I mean, art direction, you can't... What's there to say? It's good. It's a movie. They invested a lot of time, so
right.
Everything is so fluid. But it actually does like a really good job of making you connected to each character, and just the concept's unique because because it's obvious the plot's turned around, you know, body swapping.
Uh-huh.
And I think they actually give a really unique, you know, like little twist to it, and it's like, oh, I mean, there's like a huge twist, and then there's just like a general. Just this is the way they sort of like carried it out throughout the entire time. Because whenever we're typically in this situation, we're presented with like a situation where they have no way to communicate with each other. They're just like
okay.
we're in each other's bodies now.
Yeah.
And it's a one-time deal.
Right.
But like in this one, it's like it turns off and off. Sometimes they're in the other body, sometimes their own body.
Right.
And they learn to communicate, and they're like getting to know each other, and you're just like, oh well, this is it.
Yeah, there's that. Okay, cool. It's in my list. It's been in my list for a while now. So yeah. Well, is it on something?
It's on Funimation.
Oh,
they just
okay.
added it recently, so.
I in turn for that, I will recommend you an anime movie that I watched recently, and it is on Netflix, I believe. I'm going to confirm that so that I don't disappoint you later. I've been waiting to see this movie for 3 fucking years.
Oh shit!
Ever since it came out in 2016, just like Your Name did. I've been waiting to see it forever. Also, they have the studio that brought you Your Name also has another movie on Netflix called Flavors of Youth. All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is A Silent Voice, or as it's known in Japan, Koi no Katachi. I watched this with Tanner. I've been waiting to watch this movie forever. Just super emotional, lots of endearing characters. I got very attached to everyone here. It deals with suicide, anxiety, death, being what life is like being deaf.
Oh, I think I've seen.
It's about so it's about this guy who bullies the fuck out of this deaf girl in high school.
Yeah.
And afterwards, and now that he's grown up and he's an adult, he wants to make up for it. His name's Shoya. And the girl's name is Shoko. And she is deaf, so not a whole lot of voice acting from her. Overall, it's okay. Art style, wow. Is this a beautiful movie to watch? It's just, even if you're not enjoying the movie, you can at least look at it and be like, wow, this is really beautiful.
Yeah.
I do feel like one of the characters, Naoka, is just irredeemably awful. Like, she's supposed to be the awful person, obviously, but she's just like, they try to lump her in with everyone at the end. I'm like, no, I hate this bitch. I absolutely love this bitch. Like,
you can have like an antagonistic force, but we don't need to. We don't need a lens on her.
The problem is that's her personality. She just hates the deaf girl like viciously and continues hating her forever. And the Shoya, the main character, he's a dick to the deaf girl in high school, and you grow to hate him through that. But then you see that he's seeking a sort of redemption.
Yeah.
And it also deals with like social anxiety and ostracization and loneliness. Just a depression. There's a ton of like themes in this movie that I wasn't. I was expecting like a romance about a guy and a deaf girl, and there's so much here. Dependency issues. There's this fun little character that becomes Shoya's best friend, and he's just great. He's wonderful. Every time he shows up, I'm just like, yes. The deaf girl is great, and so is the deaf girl's little sister. They're both great. Very kawaii. A Silent Voice. I gave it 5 stars actually.
I'll definitely check it out.
It's definitely worth it. It's really good, really really good.
See, it's just now. Can we just pick on the Academy for not picking any of these films?
Yeah, let's do it. Because God knows they're not going to. So these motherfuckers.
It's literally panned out across amongst critics as being amazing and wonderful, and they're just like, I never.
But Disney though. We're in Disney's pockets, so we're gonna.
I'm sorry. Are you asking me to suck another dick besides Pixar? Because I'm not sure if that's possible.
I mean, the closest they came to fixing their animation problem was nominating Anomalisa for an Oscar, but then they gave it to Inside Out.
Yeah.
over a Nama fucking Lisa. God, I am insulted.
It's just so bad.
It's just a fucking travesty, you know?
I did find out this weird aspect though, because here in the States, all the animated movies are very CGI.
Mm-hmm.
None are really hand drawn anymore.
Yeah.
But it's just funny though, because in the States we have really as much as we can hate on Disney or whatever, but Pixar does a pretty good job of animation.
Yeah,
but,
completely.
Whenever it comes to Japan trying to use CGI,
Yeah.
it's just not works. It does not work out. You're just like, what's wrong?
What is happening?
You do really good 2D art, but once you're just like, all right, we're gonna put some CGI, they're just like, we're gonna contribute about $5.
Yeah, this is fine.
There's
Yeah,
one I've watched there's a YouTuber called Giguk, and he does the anime seasonal recommendations,
Mhm.
or he just gives generalizations about each show. And there's one that just came out this year in the spring. It was
Yeah.
they just show a wide cut, supposed to be a full cityscape
Mhm.
moving about, and it was all CGI. You're just like,
Oh.
why?
Oh my god.
If you're gonna try to make what I assume is supposed to be an impressive scene, why don't you actually, I don't know,
Just-
spend time on it? Because it just looked like man. It was the same two models of a man and a woman just walking in different directions. And you're just in mannequin walk, and you're just like,
Oh no.
who saw this? And was just like, yeah, this is good for our pilot.
Yeah. Wow. Well, covered a lot of ground here,
Yeah.
Shouts out to movies, Freudian Slip, Indiegogo, July 1st. Be sure to hit that up.
Get those credit cards ready.
Thank you to Caitlin Sanchez for putting it together for us. That's
We are in your debt entirely.
yes, completely and totally, and will be soon after this movie's over. All right, well, Tim, why don't you wrap us up?
All right. First we talked about some controversies. The model that apparently Saudi Arabia is all upset about.
Yep. Yep. That was the
Fell
thing.
thorn for a bit, possibly escape a publicity stunt. We don't know.
Yep.
That's just what it seems like.
We're just going based off what we see. So.
Talked a bit about Chuck E. Cheese, the history of Chuck E. Cheese, a blockbuster.
The rise, the downfall,
Watched some Sunny in Philadelphia clips.
Yep. Had a good laugh.
Ranted about some movies, Black Mirror,
Yep, definitely.
Perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Some anime movies.
Christian
Your
Mingle.
Name. Christian Mingle.
I think everyone just wants to forget about that one, but
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna hate myself for it.
You're gonna
I'm
hate
gonna
it.
watch it.
I did, and I did. I sat through it, watched the whole thing. Travesty. Just
So
travesty.
yeah, don't watch it. I'm a masochist, so
Tim's gonna watch
I know
it.
what I'm getting into.
Tim's already got it pulled up on Netflix. He's gonna start it as soon as we end the podcast. So, I expect a 4-page essay. All right.
Why did this movie ruin my life? Any concept of love is dead to
I
me.
am quitting college, and I have taken up being homeless because of this movie. My life is over, and I couldn't be happier. All right. Ya yeet?
Yeah, yeet.
Ya yeet!